Indeed he could. That was some entrance from Erling Haaland to Premier League life with the reigning champions, Manchester City. You scored 17 minutes into your Premier League debut, never mind 36, but in all seriousness, give us an idea of what it's like to get your first taste of that and to score straight away.
Well, for me it was different. I was very young and coming into the Premier League as a 17-year-old. Erling's obviously played, you know, at virtually every level already and proven himself as a world-renowned goal scorer. So he would have come into this game expecting to score goals, whereas I was hoping to score goals. But I mean, we didn't have to wait long to see what a world-class talent he is.
We don't have to wait long to end those comparisons, because we can, delighted to say, speak to the man himself live at the London Stadium, Erling Haaland. Erling, well done, many congratulations. What an entry to life at Manchester City. How did that feel?
Yeah, thank you for that. Good moment for me and my family, and yeah, I'm proud.
And to hit the ground running straight away, how important was that for you?
Yeah, it was good. We knew this was going to come. Maybe a little bit talking from last week, but that's how it is. And yeah, it's about to keep going. Now it's almost 30 minutes since last goal, so we have to keep going.
How did it feel to get that penalty straight away?
Yeah, it was good feeling, and yeah, as you guys said, important.
Erling, it's Sean Wright-Phillips here. How did it feel with the change from, say, the Community Shield game to the game today, that the actual runs that you were making, you was receiving the ball and to be on the end of them?
Yeah, it's you know how it is in early stage of the season, you know, pre-season and everything. I played one game before the Community Shield, and then I got 90 minutes there, and yeah, feeling better now. And as you can see throughout the whole game, the chances will come, the passes will come even more. You saw Phil had one I should be through, as well as Gundogan right before I got subbed off, so it will come more.
Erling, it's Michael Owen here. Congratulations again. I was just wondering how excited you are. You're probably the best goal scorer in the world at the moment, and you're playing alongside probably the best assist maker in the world in terms of Kevin De Bruyne. That combination must fill you with so much excitement.
Yeah, of course, and I've been watching him for many years, and not only him, don't forget the others as well. Huh? You know, you have many others in the team. It's not only him, but as you say, he has some good passes in him.
And in terms of today's game, there were a few opportunities actually where your runs possibly weren't spotted. I mean, there was two where they were and you put them away perfectly well, but there were a few chances as well. Do you think there's more to come from that combination between you and your teammates, the more and more they understand your game?
Yeah, without doubt, and this is what I just said, you know, it will come even better, you know. It's I've been training with them for a month now, and you know, it can take time with chemistry and everything, but as well, when the level is so high, it's easier, you know. So it's about keep building on this, on these combinations, you know, where the people like to put the ball and where you want it, and to get it to fit together, you know, because if we can do that, yeah, then we're talking.
And just finally, you mentioned your family. A proud moment. Your father was there to see that. That would have been very special to see you in a blue shirt as well today.
Yeah, of course, and yeah, I see now. Yeah, he's happy. That's good to see. But yeah, it's a nice moment, and we are really happy. Hopefully, he is happy, and yeah, it's good in the end to get my debut in the Premier League, where he also played.
Well, it was some start. Very well done. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Erling Haaland, why wouldn't he enjoy that moment, following his father's footsteps?
Well, I would, but it took me a year to score my first goal.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
No, it's a massive step for him, especially for his confidence. Like Michael said, he's probably one of the best finishers there are at the minute. And to hit the ground running like that with the amount of games coming up, especially in the Premier League, which is the toughest league in the world, it's a great start.
And his demeanour, his personality, you know, nothing phases him. You can tell that, can't you, Paul?
No, such a young player as well, so confident. I mentioned Ruud van Nistelrooy twice before. It reminds me so much of him, such a ruthless finisher. When he gets through, you feel he's going to score, and you feel he's not going to give the keeper a chance. Even looking at his penalty, he was so certain about it, just to step up and bang straight into that bottom right-hand corner. And look, it was a great debut. As I said, I thought it might take a bit of time. I was slightly wrong again. But this lad's got real quality, and his goal scoring, his movement. Imagine playing behind him as a midfield play.
Well, give us an insight. I mean, you had Van Nistelrooy, so yeah. He obviously scored twice on his Premier League debut, ironically.
There wasn't just Ruud. There was Michael, Ian Wright as well. There was so many brilliant. Andy Cole. You got to have some kind of relationship. It's funny, you look at the United game. There's no relationship between a midfield and attack. You look at them relationships straight away. De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, Gundogan, into Haaland. That's what makes a team tick. It makes a team play good football. Getting them relationships are so important. And look, it doesn't take long either. You know, you think he's only been there 3 or 4 weeks. When you're a clever player, when you know as a midfield player, you only need to see him for a couple of days. You see what movement, see what he's got, see how quick he is, know where to put the ball. It's just a dream to play behind. And this team, I don't think goal scoring was their problem, but they will score a lot more goals with this level of the team.
You've spoken to me many times about that relationship, particularly you had with Gerrard for a couple of seasons, where you didn't even need to look at him. You knew the ball was coming in. And he's shown signs of that straight away today, hasn't he? He
has. And Scholesy touched on it, though. It doesn't take long. With great players, they're not great players because they're, you know, bigger or stronger. It's that. It's what's between your ear makes a great player, between your ears. And as soon as you get two players on, on a par, on a level, on an understanding, because bear in mind, you can't speak on a pitch. You're 30 yards away with 80,000 people. You can't hear it. It's all about the looks they give you, what they do. You know, the little eyes, the little shimmies, the body angles, the tiny little things that don't give the game away to your opposition, but just a little sign, Scholesy, I'm about to go. I'm not going yet, but he knows I'm about to go because I've given him a little sign, or the way I've come off suggests that I'm not wanting it to feet. It's the tiny little signs, and great players have just got that. And straight away, as soon as you play alongside other top players, you just get that chemistry straight away. And I know we all talk about, they've got to practice in training and more and more and more, and it's the stock answer because you've got to be respectful for everyone and things like that. But that's just the greatest evidence of all time. Straight away, playing with great players, he plays well automatically. So it's just a match made in heaven at the moment.
It's all in the eyes, Steve. It's all in the eyes.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't. As Michael said, you can't really hear each other. You can't speak. You're 30, 40, 50 yards away sometimes. Okay, sometimes you're closer and you may speak a little bit, but just a little look at each other, and you both know you're both on the same level because you've been doing it in training. And I'd say, as Michael said, it doesn't take long. 2 or 3 days with a forward, you know what he wants.
So Manchester City in front at half-time away at West Ham United by 1-0, and Haaland straight away in the headlines with a debut goal. Much discussion between the three boys here about how he would fit in, and you had a close look actually before he actually scored his goal.
Yeah, I mean, the variety of his play, Steve, has been brilliant. And I think as well the Manchester City players have been trying to play to his strengths. Here we see him coming off, but then he doesn't just lay the ball off. Look at him, he's thinking about the next move as well. And as I say, I think the team have been trying to tailor their game towards him as well. They've knocked in a lot more crosses than we've seen before. They're always looking for him. Again, here, Foden's inside the penalty box there, yet he's still trying to use the height of Haaland. And then we see a few great examples of his off-the-ball running, his power there. That is a big opportunity. Jack Grealish has to play that ball in. He goes for the safe option, and the attack comes to nothing. This is a little sighter for Gundogan. I thought he could have played him in here. Not as obvious as the last one with Jack Grealish, but he did think about it, he did see his run, and then when the next opportunity came, in terms of this one, this is when he thinks, right, I've got to play. This is electric from Haaland, absolutely electric. The pace, the power, the touch, everything about it was unbelievable, and then the penalty was just different class as well. But I wonder, Scholesy and Sean, playing with someone that's got all that variety in front of you as a midfield player must be unbelievable.
Yeah, but I think the movement especially, we did question before on what it'd be like playing against the defence that just were really deep. And to be honest with you, it surprised me a little bit. I think his movement's been absolutely brilliant, as Michael just pointed out there. Even his play outside the box as well surprised me a little bit. I think it's been really good, neat and tidy. But that movement and little sharp bits of movement, the pace there to get onto the end of that ball. I was expecting the keeper to be a little bit closer, but you see the length of his stride, the speed, and he just gets there. I think he's been brilliant.
And from a wide player's point of view, as Michael touched on there, Grealish didn't play him in, Foden did. Do you have to sometimes tailor your game to who you're playing with?
Yeah, definitely. I think I learnt that quickly at my spell at Chelsea. Didier Drogba said to me one thing: once you get the ball at your feet, put the ball in the box, I'll do the rest. And I think...
Whereas at City you were carrying it a bit more.
Yeah, and now that you can see with the players, as Michael said, that as soon as they get in the ball and they're getting like half a yard, they're looking for Haaland in a box. And what I love about Haaland, that even when he's been outside of the centre of the box, before the ball comes in, he's always in the circumference of the 2 posts, which is fantastic, because you just have to hit that area. You're not aiming for him specifically, and he has to do the work after that. And as you see, he was close to one with the header as well.
And he was some confident finish from the spot, Sean, as well, wasn't it?
I love to see that from a striker. I love to see a striker go and take the ball. City have always had a problem there, and he just went up and took it, and he just put it straight in the bottom corner. I don't think even if the keeper went the right way, he would have saved that, to be honest with you.
No, right in the corner, wasn't it? Absolutely right in the corner. And Pep Guardiola said before the game that it's going to take lots of training sessions, lots of games for his teammates to understand the little nuances, but you would have thought these players have been playing together hundreds of times the way they've actually played to his strengths already. OK, they refused a couple of through balls, but this is worrying for the rest of the Premier League. I thought that was exhibition stuff from Manchester City.
Yeah, and as you can see over my right shoulder there, his father is watching on with interest. He's been at Jan Åge Fjørtoft, another former Norwegian international there as well, who you played a few games with, didn't you, Alfie? Who had a big part in him joining City.
Pardon, me?
Haaland.
Yeah, no.
His father.
I'm not too sure how much his dad had the involvement in it. I think it was just to do with what Erling wanted to play with, and I think when he played against City in the Champions League game, he was blown away by the way they played, for me in person. But I think his all-round game today has been fantastic. But I don't think West Ham have done anything to prevent City from playing the way they actually want to play. They've stood off them. They haven't even pressed in the tight areas. It's almost been quite passive, and it's allowed City to do what they want. I think if West Ham want to stop City playing that way, they have to be more aggressive.